Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and also welcome to all my new subscribers. You guys really showed up for the last video. That's the most views I've ever gotten on a video, so I really appreciate all the feedback and the support. And obviously, I hope you guys stick around and we can keep making more videos for you guys. But today we're doing a tutorial on the 1x2 bunker base that I have here. I've built this base quite a few times on vanilla servers and modded servers and stuff, and it's pretty easy to upkeep and build as a solo or a duo. I've built it as both, and had a couple onlines during it, and it's actually pretty defendable. And it's a nice little base, especially if you're not trying to go too crazy with wide peaks and all that stuff. It's very simple design. It's easy to throw up, and especially if you're on like a 3x, you can farm this up in no time and slap it down. So I'll give you a little tour just to show you what it is. That way if you don't like it, then you don't have to sit through the whole video of me trying to build this thing. And but basically, this is your front door, normal airlock. It is, I keep my door elevated. This has helped me during onlines in the past. Also, you can keep this twig just so if someone starts raiding you, it breaks and they can't get up to the door without using a ladder. But this is our second floor. This is our bedroom, which I have a different way that I've built this bedroom in the past, which I'll show you when I go through the build tutorial. I'll build it the way that I've done it before, where I put a window on this wall to where I can see into the heli garage. I like the look of it. It's not as secure, but it does help you in the event of an online. You can, you can pull the window with a hammer, spawn on this bed, and maybe fight, which I've done before. This is your heli garage. This is your helipad. It's not that big of a landing zone, but given, you can practice and you'll get there. So this is roof access. Okay. This goes up to your shooting floor. Peek downs. You can see your entire landing pad just in case someone's raiding through that door or they're trying to camp you for your mini and to steal it. And then also peek downs on your front door, which is very helpful, especially this angle right here where someone could be crouched down beside your roof, your little roof tile down there. But yep, let's go down to the core. Now I'm showing you this as furnished, that way you can see what kind of layout I have, because since I've already done it on this, I'm not going to waste your time with putting a bunch of boxes down on the one that I build for the tutorial. So you can get an example of this and rewind and fast forward and stuff like that. If you have this door, this is the door I like to use. Most people don't like using it because, well, you can see through it, right? And it kind of gives your enemy an idea of what's going on. But at this point, you can only see boxes. They might even think this is just a loot room and not the way down, and they might try and raid some other direction. But the other reason why I like it for this spot right here, or just on the bunker in general, little flame trap here, furnaces here. This door actually has another little see-through vent right here, which I didn't even know about to begin with. But yeah, that's actually really helpful. Because then if someone's this far into your base, you can see them and you don't need to go that way. Or it'll give you the idea, okay, he's holding that angle, and then you shoot him as soon as this door barely comes up. But garage doors do take a long time, so I would put armored doors on this if you can. This is your bunker. All right. Simple stuff. Main loot room, TC. Another loot room right here. Pick this up out of the way. Yeah, my hammer's bugging out here. But yeah, you can put this in the wall like this, just to put it in the honeycomb, and because it's nice to put it in the honeycomb because then it's out of the way. And the only downside is if they raid through that and take out your battery, then all your auto turrets are down. But this base does not have a lot of, it's not a very big base, so trying to find a good place to put a battery is kind of hard. I've put it in here before, But when you put it in here, you get rid of your furnaces, which you could stack some furnaces or even put your furnaces in here. But I've had it here before and no one ever raids through this wall. So if you want your battery to last through a raid for your auto turrets, then just put it right here, put it right here. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I like to do it there because it's hard to throw nades in there and get rid of it. And yeah, so this is our main core design. I came up with a new design while I was getting this video ready, but I'll let you guys decide what you think. But basically, every time I've been raided, it's been through that wall or through that wall. And they usually come in and just go straight through the honeycomb. With the way it is now, if they went straight to TC, it would be 2 walls. It'd be through your honeycomb wall and then one of these side walls or the back wall. And, you know, each wall is 4 rockets, and, you know, the cost only goes up from there the more you upgrade and stuff like that, which I would recommend. But either way, if you're stone, it's 8 rockets to TC. Since there's 2 squares, one of them's in TC, obviously. So if you look at the overall footprint of the base, it's obvious that TC is in one of these, you know, squares. So they're going to raid through that. They're either going to go top down or they're going to go, you know, do that. So I kind of did this on the fly. You can let me know what you think about it, but if not, then you can go ahead and skip to the tutorial. But I did the core completely out of triangles, which gives you more room inside, but it is more expensive at the beginning. And this is what your core looks like. I actually am a really big fan of this, and I might just start doing this, especially on modded servers where building materials aren't that hard to come by. You get the same amount of storage, if not more. You get to walk around more freely, especially if you're a duo. You can have your deployables in here, and then your TC is tucked away back here, right? And this is your upkeep for this starter right here, which isn't bad, and this is fully honeycombed. So if they raided through this and you were all stone, then it's 3 walls instead of 2 walls with the 1x2 design. If you did all triangles, you can sneak it in right there. I even put it in the middle during one of these, you know, I was messing around with it or whatever. So basically put TC right here in the very middle of the base, and then that would be the most expensive. But it kind of throws off the flow and makes everything kind of clunky and unorganized. So this really opens it up. I like this design. I think I'm going to start using this over the 1x2, to be honest. But I will show you how to build the 1x2. And it's the same. The only reason I'm not going to show you a full tutorial of this is because I just came up with it and I don't know how the shooting floor is going to lay out on top. So I don't want to show you techniques that I don't know, you know? So yeah, we'll jump right into building this base, and then later on I'll show you how to build the shooting floor for this. But also very symmetrical base. It'd be hard for them to tell where TC is. Obviously people are going to go opposite of the door and they're going to shoot for more back here, but it is more secure and it turns it into 3 walls that they have to go through. And obviously the more you upgrade, the more it's going to be for your enemy. So yeah, all right, let's get into this. Triangle, triangle, square, square, triangle, and then this is going to be your bunker foundations, right? And then this is what your starting footprint, this is what your starting footprint is going to look like. All right, so this is what we have so far. I like to do this as soon as possible, this honeycomb right here, because that gives me the ability to make the trap, right? To put your flame trap there. But if you don't want to, yeah, like you don't really care about this trap, then use a low wall here, brother. If you don't care about having a trap here, I've also put an auto turret in here, which really helps out. But if you don't care about this, then don't worry about it. You know, you can start with just you can start with just this as a starter and not worry about your honeycomb, right? And just start throwing up walls. So we're gonna do wall, 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 wall. Okay. And we'll throw a ceiling on this thing. So everything but where these two squares are triangles. And now you can choose which side you want to put your TC, right? So if your door is on this side, then most people put their TC farthest away from their door, just out of habit, even though it's the same amount of rockets, same amount to go through doors, you know, so really doesn't matter. I usually put it on the same side as the door because wherever your door is, especially if you don't have your shooting floor down, if your door is on this side, they're going to raid through that side, because I've had people hold the door here while raiding the backside. That way you can't open the door and try and defend your base and stuff like that. So back to your main loot room here. Decide which wall you want to put TC on. You know, I'm gonna just put it here, for example. All right. Do your half wall. Do that. Polish that. Put your triangle. Yep, put your triangle, and then go ahead and put door frames down. Everywhere there's a place to put a door frame, I usually put a door frame. Except for right here. You can't put a door frame right here because this is where your bunker is. Yep, and this is your core. Not bad, especially for a solo. I can't imagine you needing more storage than this. And one of my favorite things about this design is the drop boxes that go right here. This gives you 3 large drop boxes to use. And it's right by the front door. It's right by your jump up to your shooting floor. Yeah, so you get to shove 3 boxes in here. You can do 2 small boxes in front of the 3 boxes if you run out of space in the 3 boxes. But yeah, really nice spot just to dump loot. And like I said, no one ever raids through this back wall. All right, now that you have your starter built, right, you can expand from here. You got your bunker set up. You got your jump ups. And now you can put a door down. So whichever side you want to put a door down, you know, it's the same build either way, just reversed. If you don't want to do the triangle jump up like that, you can just do your doors, start low, and then, you know, work your way up from there. So you can have your door like this, a wall. It's not reversed. Reverse it. And then in here, you know, do your triangle. Yep, there you go. And put another door frame down. Yeah, that works. And then let's see here. Yeah, and then it'll airlock the same as it does. It's just a little different. So put triangle there. We can do a full-size wall here. Do a full-size wall there. Make sure your walls are facing the right way. And then you can come here. Do triangle. You can leave this here if you want, but I really like that being there. So, yep. And maybe a garage door here. And then this will also give you some more space. You can put another drop box there. Put a small drop box in this gap right here. And then you don't need your you know, your roof triangle to get up and down. You can just use your doors like that. All right. Let's see here. So let me show you how I usually build this bedroom now that we've gotten to this point. So do that. Slap down a window embrasure. All right. Now. All right. So this is how I usually set up this bedroom, right? So I had situations in the past where someone is just trying to steal my mini, and they'll come in, they'll break this door, or they'll start raiding through this door and then decide which way to go. Now, this is completely situational and it can backfire, so just be careful when doing this. But basically, you come in here, you get your kit, take off your window bars, and you can defend from this room. And then they'd rather have to raid into this room to get you, or, you know, basically just camp it. So they're probably just going to camp it and wait for you to keep spawning on this. But it is an option if you want a, you know, if you want a different way to defend your base, especially if they're starting to top down you and you feel like you have a chance of killing one or two, and then so you start from here. But I don't know. It's totally up to you. You can add this or not. It's the same raid cost for the window as it is, you know, for the wall. So this gives you an option at least if you did want to try and defend. Yeah. So keep going here. So finish this off with triangles, and square, and then let's do. Then we'll finish our honeycomb. This honeycomb ultimately leads up to your jump up for your shooting floor. Well, all right, so this is what you get. This is where you're at, and then put down that, and then this is your jump up. All right, I usually keep a box under here for heli stuff, you know. Keep low grade and metal frags and stuff to repair the heli, but this is basically my, you know, heli stash box. Yeah, and then come up here. This is your top floor now. With this. All right. Now that you have that done, so we're doing the rest of the honeycomb now. This is where you have to honeycomb for this to go there. Honeycomb that, honeycomb that, honeycomb that. Okay. Now, and then to get your helipad, you're just extending off of this center honeycomb spot right here. Do two triangles and then two squares. All right, and then that's it. This is your helipad. You can make it bigger if you want, but I mean, this is big enough. You know, just a little bit of practice and you can land on it, no problem. This is what the footprint of your shooting floor is supposed to look like. I'm gonna build it. I'll probably fast forward through it to the part that matters, you know. But this is what it's gonna look like. So yeah, you can pause it here and build it if you want. But let's get started on this. All right, there we go. Why is it upgraded? This build server just freaked out. Why is this upgraded? I mean, you know, eventually everybody would like to have it sheet, but I put a couple braces here just to help with stability. You're gonna need more the higher you go. If you want to put a windmill on this thing, then obviously having more stability is gonna help you. So put as many as you want. Probably do that, and then I like to have a ladder hatch going up, right? So I'll put my ladder hatch there. All right. Put my ladder hatch down. Now I know where that's going to go. Just fill in the rest, right? All right. Now we have a shooting floor down. All right. And you can, you know, where did the door go? There's the door. Of course, there we go. So this is your shooting floor. Make sure your handle is on the left side so your door swings open, right? That way people can't get in. They can still squeeze in if they land on your roof. And there's things you can do to prevent that. So let me show you. All right. So this is your shooting floor down. Here, let me show you a little trick, right? Yeah, that'll do. Craft that bad boy up. Now, people can still slide in here. You know, you want your door to open. So, one, you can run through. You're not going to fall. But people can still squeeze down in here, especially if it's two people, because they can crouch and their teammate can jump on their head and it will push them through. Put that there, they won't be able to get through. These are pretty cheap to craft. 120 metal frags. Yeah, so you can stack up some metal frags and yeah, put those down, and then that'll keep people from squeezing through. I usually ignore it because if they're already poking around, they're gonna get in here no matter what. Yeah, and then you can put all your window and braziers down. I'm not gonna go through all that though. Yeah, and this is how it looks at this point. Now the helipad is what kind of sketches people out because one, it lets everyone know that you have a mini, which means you're loaded. Well, not loaded, but it means that you have stuff worth stealing and worth raiding. But that's a risk you gotta take. I like having the ability to put my mini away. And honestly, someone running by your base, and this is all they see because of how low it is, a lot of people aren't gonna know you have a mini once you have half walls up. Not half walls. Once you have high walls up, people aren't gonna be able to see your helipad, which is another reason why I like it, because by the time I get the mini out and get it started, people hear it, but they don't see it, and then you can take off without really getting messed with unless someone's just really camping you, and then there's nothing you can do about it anyway. Always try and use a door skin that glows, just so landing your mini at night can be easier, and you can just kind of, so like these doors glow and that door glows. So whenever I'm landing, I know that I can just aim right here, the bottom of those doors, I'm going to hit my head on that, basically. If you don't have a door skin that glows, then you can put lights down. You can put a couple torches, or you can just light a bum barrel, you know? Like put a barrel to the side and leave it on until you come back, you know? Whatever you want to do. There's, you know, it's endless opportunities in this game, so... Yeah, that's pretty much the footprint and pretty much the build on how to get the bones of it down. Yeah, like I said, I'll work more on this one and let you know if I figure out a good shooting floor, because obviously that one is pretty straightforward, but I still have trouble with it. So I'd have to figure out how to do this shooting floor a lot better, and the heli garage. But I think most of that will kind of just be the same. Yeah, I think I've covered everything as far as like how to build the basics of this base, and obviously, you know, where you put stuff and how you put boxes down is all up to you. You've seen my example, but yeah, this is pretty much how you build the bones of it. So let me know what you think, and let me know if you have any questions, and I'll try and help you out. But yeah, man, this pretty much is one of my favorite bases to run. It makes sense. It's simple. I'll work more on this base and see if I can figure out how to put a shooting floor on it and what the second floor will look like. I literally just kind of came up with this one in my mind while I was, you know, thinking about how I was going to build that one and in what way. But yeah, so just let me know what you think, and let me know if you want to see more of that one. I can do something with it. If not, then, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, thanks for coming by. Thanks for sharing some of your time with me, and I really appreciate all the new support and subscribers that I've gotten lately. It's been awesome, and I really enjoy the feedback, rather negative or not. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, so have a good day, and I'll catch you on the next one.